All right, welcome to Custom Vida. We're here at the Arizona Super Show. Move-in day. It's Friday. The show's tomorrow, but I got a guest here, MC Magic.
What's up, Rick? Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming, man. I'm honored. I'm
It's
honored.
all good.
And so, kind of want to get into Are you performing?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. My stage time is 6 p.m.
Nice. All right. And for how many years have you been performing now?
A lot, bro. I was just doing a tally yesterday, and my first album came out in 1995.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first CD. And so 95 makes it 27 years.
Yeah.
But I was DJing before that and trying to figure out how to make music at least for another 5 or 6 years. So I'm over 30 years, bro.
All right. And then I would say this, because I've started coming here a few years ago to this event, and I've seen you at other car shows, but this is pretty much an annual event for yourself?
Yeah, this is home, brother. This is home. This is like the homecoming for me. We try to do it as big as possible because, I'm also from Arizona.
Yeah.
And so we just try to make it a good thing. And I've been with this show even before it was called the Arizona Super Show. So we got many, many years of history.
Nice. So one of my goals with the Custom Vida podcast, I want to talk about some of the stuff behind the scenes, some of the things that people don't understand. I like to highlight that. What is a typical you getting ready for a show like this? What does it entail?
Well, for me, I have a pretty unique situation because of my years of music, my years of merchandising, years of performance. So all that comes into play. We get ready for the stage show. We get ready for the booth, meeting fans. I think one of my strengths of longevity has been that I always have taken time to meet the fans and take a zillion pictures, and be right there with them, sign their merchandise when they buy it, and so making sure that we're stocked up on merchandise. That preparation is anywhere from a month to 3 months. It could be 6 months of preparation, depending on what the merchandise is, where we're ordering it from, what the design's going to take, what the manufacturing is going to take.
Yeah,
and so. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of preparation, and I always want to give them the best show possible. But just a little anecdote that I'm gonna give you is that one of the bad things for me about this stadium is that even though it has a concert sound system here, it's still not big enough to fill up the arena. And so it's kind of like bringing a boombox to a party.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that I have is like that. The concert sounds amazing if you're in front of the stage or 40, 50, 60 feet back. But if you're at the top, watching from the top of the bleachers or walking around, I forget what they call it.
The concierge,
the concourse.
Concourse, yeah. That's
it. So if you're up at the concourse, then you're really not even going to hear the concert.
Yeah, well, but then that's because they're showcasing the concert for the floor area. It's not if the arena was set up for just a concert.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but then you prefer everybody to be able to.
Well, I've done the concerts where we have 20,000 people, there just for the concert. You know? And so that's amazing. And so that's the kind of it's a car show concert, not an actual concert,
Yeah.
And for that reason, you have other things that go into play,
Yeah. And throughout the years, I've always seen your music is been right on point, and you still get the women in the front, you know, and they're like all the songs, because of course the music is directed.
I absolutely,
in a
I
positive.
absolutely do consciously catered, or I have, I should say, catered my music to women. I think it comes from a lonely high school, couldn't get no chicks situation. So I kind of focused on, man, I'm gonna overdo it, and it turned into a music career. You know?
Yeah, but yeah, who would have thought then? You know what I mean, because you had the words,
Yeah,
right?
no doubt.
At the end of the day, then, and I think it's a great thing, because you draw in different age groups and the people that have been fans forever, and even some of the new, it's positive, you know, positive music and the sound, and it's directed to women in a positive
In a
way.
good way, yeah.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that. You know, I have 6 sisters. I could never talk bad about a girl. I could never use the B word in a song. I have 6 sisters and my mom, and they're the ones who raised me. Like my dad left us.
Yeah.
So I got to respect women,
Yeah.
and keep it that way. And which is I love because, you know, honestly, when I started doing love songs in Chicano rap, in the Chicano rap world, there really were no love songs in the Chicano
No.
rap world. If you go and look back, like "Lost in Love" is the very first Chicano rap song, and then after that, like, it was custom for every Chicano rapper to have at least one female song.
Yeah.
and so I take a lot of credit in that in that aspect. You know.
Nice. Well, yeah, and I, like, that's one thing I have noticed about your music. But because I think, and that's why I think what I've seen is why you can still perform, and you still get the crowd, and you still get the, you know, the women screaming and looking, and they're happy when you start singing to them and everything like that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. The longevity has been amazing, and the beautiful thing is that the music gets inherited. You know, because I mean, we get 8-year-old fans, you know, 10-year-old fans that are, you know, oh my God, going crazy.
Yeah.
And you know, and the girls tell me, my daughter watches your YouTube videos over and over. I mean, I'm an independent artist. I don't have a big machine pushing me.
Yeah.
And my YouTube channel's got like 150 million views, man.
Nice.
Ridiculous. And that's just
Yeah.
my stuff on my channel. It's not counting all the content that my fans upload, that the lyric videos they make, the photo videos they make. So, I mean, it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, do you have any advice for somebody that's maybe even thinking about a music career in like the Chicano rap and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think I've never liked being creating categorizing
Yeah.
or tagging or saying Chicano. And this, I have a saying that I always share with people: is there's good music and there's bad music. That's all there is for me.
Yeah.
You know, because my inspiration doesn't come just from Chicano rap. That's my lane, and that's what the category that Spotify puts me in, and
Yeah.
and the raza and this and that. But, you know, I'm inspired by all music, whether I'm listening to Jose, Babyface, Juan Gabriel, Lil Wayne, Zap. You know,
Yeah,
obviously I
yeah.
got some Zap influence.
yeah.
So you know, even as I would go as far as saying Amy Winehouse, Ed Sheeran, pop music, and so I forgot what the question was. I kind of went
Well,
on.
like, what would you advise?
Oh.
So would it
So-
be diversified and don't?
Yeah, being diversified. So I say all that because what I really wanted to say is just find what makes you unique and go with that, because a lot of times rappers, they even use the same lyrics that the poppin' rappers are using.
Yeah.
Talking about, you know, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. I mean, that's already been used, bro.
Over and
Find
over
something
and over.
else, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
And they use that and say it even in a different way, you know?
Absolutely.
I came from nothing. I'm from the mud. It's really all the same thing. And you know, find a creative way to make things yours, not just copy other people. I think that's really one of the main focuses. It sounds like I'm being an asshole if I tell artists, you know, don't copy everybody, just be
Yeah.
you. But really, when you think about it, who does Eminem compare to? Who does Santana
Yeah.
compare to?
Nobody.
Who does Dr. Dre compare to?
Nobody.
Who does Amy Winehouse compare?
Nobody.
The thing is, the greats have found a way to be one of a kind.
Yeah, exactly.
And who does MC Magic compare to? You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's what my advice is. Find a way to be one of a kind, because everybody likes originals, not cheap imitations.
Exactly. And I've seen you in performing at shows in San Jose. That's where I'm from. In different, also different venues. When it comes to, there's always a thing about people saying they don't support local artists or whatever. But I've always felt, and I've seen some artists where they pigeonhole themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't travel.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of footwork. You got to pay your dues, bro.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues. If you just came out with your CD last year and you're demanding to be on the same stage as someone that's put in 20 years, I mean, you really are being one of those kids that are what's the word that they're using? Entitled.
Yeah.
And I've paid a lot of dues, bro, and I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about it because I do it all with a lot. I was out there setting up my merchandise booth with my kids today.
Yeah.
Because that's who I am. That's what I'm all about, and I believe in putting in the work and not being sitting on a high chair and saying no, I'm the artist now. I'm the star.
But so. Like if someone has the opportunity to go to a couple different venues and perform outside of their comfort zone, what advice for them to build up to that? Because I know some people, they say, I don't want to go here, or maybe I don't think the crowd's going to really like me here. But is it really worth it to just go and do it?
It really is worth it. Any opportunity is a good opportunity. I've met some of my biggest opportunities doing free events. Mm-hmm. I've met some of the biggest opportunities doing a backyard birthday party.
Nice.
With 20 people. I've met some of my biggest opportunities going to speak at a school just to inspire kids. And so everything you do, you just don't know why. Like, let me give you an example. The other day, I told my wife, there's a grand opening of his restaurant. They invited me to come to the red carpet. And, it's a grand opening of a restaurant, blah, blah, blah. So at the grand opening of a restaurant, I meet an influencer named Must Be Cindy. Mm-hmm. Cindy is a very popular influencer, which happens to be a huge fan of all my music.
Nice.
So me and Cindy meet. She's excited. We take pictures, blah, blah, blah. And after she posts a picture of me on her timeline, her fans are like, man, when are you going to collaborate with MC Magic? It'd be so dope. And so then she took it upon herself to call me. She's like, Magic, my fans are asking if we would collaborate. Would you even consider that? I'm like, absolutely. So now me and Cindy got some merchandise that we're dropping that I can't reveal what it is yet. Yeah. But when I do, it's going to be such a big... She said, in her words, we're going to break the internet, Magic. Hey. And so those were the exciting little things. But if I didn't go to that one dinner for free...
Yeah.
Just to hobnob and connect and help homeboy make a big deal of his grand opening of his restaurant, it wouldn't even happen. So doing a little deed turned into me and Cindy are going to make millions off of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hope you do.
Amen. God first, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
And so that's the situation. Is never look at any opportunity as it's not big enough for me, or I'm too good, or
exactly.
Bro, I already have a
humble.
CD out. I can't. Be humble. Yeah. Be humble.
Yeah, and it's like me. Working on this podcast. I have a YouTube channel and everything else like that. But this is completely new. Well, it's not new, but like I said. So when you walked in, I introduced myself and stuff. The part of this was. I was supposed to start this right before COVID, and I had some money I inherited from when my mother passed, and I'm like, I'm gonna start a business and this and this and that, and I want to do a podcast. And so then, literally, I bought all this equipment, and in 2019, at the end of 2019, and 2020, of course, COVID happened. So, honestly, I've just been looking for the opportunity, like you're just saying. It's like you got to be humble and take chances sometimes.
Yes, absolutely, bro. And you did the right thing. First of all, condolences for your mom, bro.
Oh, thank you.
She left you a little blessing, and you're multiplying the blessing really by giving others like me an opportunity to be on your platform. Yeah. And not just me, you're going to do other interviews and things like that. So it's a beautiful thing, bro. I commend you, and I say keep going. I love podcasting. Podcasting is a way of inspiring others too by telling your stories and things like that.
Yeah. The one thing I find is funny is with podcasting is, we have to admit this, is talk radio.
It really is.
But it's online.
Yeah, no, and the fact that everyone has their own platform really evens out the playing field. Because think about it, back when the days where I was coming up, artists had to kiss radio's ass to get on the radio, to be on their top 888, to even get considered for playing. And now it's like artists don't even need radio. You start your own buzz, start a podcast. You have one hit that goes viral, even a TikTok hit, and boom, you're out the water, man.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a great opportunity, and I really appreciate it. I appreciated being here because, I want to bring. My goal behind this is, and I want to tell this to everybody I interview, is to being a positive and give people some insight from behind scenes. For the people, and it comes from art, all types of artists. I want to do this with as many type of people as possible, showing people that there's more. And
if I can give you some advice, bro, don't tell people what you're doing.
Yeah,
just do it.
Yeah. No, I actually am just doing it. It's just it's just
because right now you're explaining to me what your mission is, what you're trying to do, but just do it.
Just do it. Yeah,
just do it. And here's another thing is, I like how Joe Rogan interviews. He asks a question, and he actually lets the interviewee answer.
Yeah.
A lot of times, as an interviewer, you're like, you ask a question, and before the artist or whoever's talking finishes, they like. I hear Big Boy do it a lot. Big Boy interrupts his artist a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just let the interviewer, they're there to be interviewed. Let them talk.
Yeah.
And so that's just a couple of little tidbits that I'd give you as advice,
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you feel that it's good to do a lot of car shows? Do you think like where you're at right now, your genre fits the lowriders, right? How often do you do outside concerts?
We take every opportunity serious. I was just on a concert with Too Short and Ice Cube in El Paso. I don't know if you follow my social media, but we had a sold out arena.
Nice.
And I was on that. It wasn't a lowrider car show.
Yeah.
You might see me at the lowrider car shows, and that's the core. That's my niche per se. But I've been on stage with Snoop Dogg. I've been on shows with Chris Brown. I've been on shows with like the top artists, bro.
Top artists.
Yeah, and so but every opportunity is an important one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are worried about being categorized.
Yeah.
But good music, like I told you before, good music is good music.
Absolutely.
I've had tons of times where a white man or a white woman might come up and say, "Oh my God, I never heard of you, but I just saw you perform. I'm an instant fan." And so, I mean, it's not it's not a Chicano thing. It's just good music.
Yeah,
is good music. The other day, I can show you a video of Dub C. Dub C from the West Side Connection, Ice Cube, and Mac 10. Dub C telling everybody that to him, MC Magic is like a Drake.
Yeah.
He says, "Man, I've been on shows where I have to go on after MC Magic because y'all don't want to go on after MC Magic because he's for real." Here it is right here. Look.
You already know motherfuckers be hating, right? You already know motherfuckers be hating. I'm already know motherfuckers be hating, but everybody hate on greatness. Hey, my homeboy MC Magic, he be doing it. He is a true definition of, of staying power and making it happen. I tell everybody in the Latin market out here, to me, his staying power is like, I can compare it to like Drake. He been around. I'm talking about 4 months.
I mean, and that's Dub C.
Yeah, he comparing you to Drake. That's
that's a big compliment.
I was thinking LL Cool J.
I'll take it.
Because the way you make I've seen all the women act when you performing.
I appreciate that, bro. I'll take all the compliments, and that's what we work for. It's like giving people flowers before they're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I take that, and I appreciate Dub C. I appreciate you. I appreciate the white folks. One time when I was in New York, I was there to do custom songs at a bar mitzvah, bro.
Oh, wow.
At a bar mitzvah, and a big opportunity came, and I sat in a room in New York City with Doug Morris. Doug Morris is the chairman of the board of Universal Records. I didn't sign with Doug because I didn't like his tactics, but it still brought huge opportunities. Yeah. So you never know. You just gotta.
Yeah, you got to maintain, keep doing.
Yeah, you keep focused on the prize, brother.
Yeah,
boxers don't win if they don't spar, brother.
Exactly, that's true. You got to take, like you said. I think and that's inspirational. To just take every opportunity you can, and I think that's something that we try to spread, let people know. You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, be humble and be grateful, man, because I mean, God is the greatest thing on earth, and He still gives you another day every day.
Yeah,
God, creator of earth, and He still gives us breath, sunshine, air, life.
Yeah,
every day He gives it to us again, and we don't even deserve it.
Yeah,
so just
true.
be humble, man. Take those things and be grateful.
Yeah. So what? So are you gonna, when you perform? I haven't seen it recently. Do you still use the flags?
Absolutely. Yeah. That became my flag intro was a pivotal moment when I started doing that. It was 2006, and that year I had just broke up from the group that I created, MB Riders. I went back to being solo. And my thing was like, all right, I created this MB Riders. I wrote these songs, Pretty Girl, Sexy, So Fly, Notice Me, Forever, We Can Run Away. I had already done so many great things as the creator of MB Riders.
Yeah.
And I knew that for my next step, we had a fallout with those guys. And for my next step, going back to being MC Magic, the solo artist, I had to do something that was going to really separate me.
Okay.
And in my crazy little weird mind, I thought, man, coming out to the music of Vicente Fernandez and representing both flags, which is the Mexican because I'm born in Mexico, the American is because I'm 100% American, I'm 100% Mexican, and that with the Vicente music, the introduction that I have, and I thought it was going to be an intro that I used, once, twice, 3, 4, maybe a year, but it's been since 2006, bro.
Yeah.
So we're at like 15 years of using that, and it still has an amazing impact. At a couple of shows, I'm able to go to the stage through the crowd and holding my flags on being held up by a big security guard, and the impact that it makes is it's so dope.
Like
man.
a boxer getting to the ring.
I've seen people cry. They're like, man, it's so moving when you come in with the 2 flags. But just like you're starting your thing. That became my thing.
Nice. Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's like I said, it's like you like a fighter, like a boxer going to the ring. It's like
absolutely.
you have that big entrance and stuff, and that's always a positive. So for you, since you said you were born in Mexico, so for you, growing up and everything like that, and being Mexican American, what I don't know how to want to say this, but I mean, what can you give to the next person that's trying to make it here?
First of all, I'd like to say that I really have become a fan of the word Chicano.
Yeah.
Because I think that describes our people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really well. And it's because, we're not Mexican enough to be a Mexicano, and then we're not white enough to be Americano. So we're really Chicano.
Yeah.
And when you put it together, it is Mexicano cutting off the M-E. It's a Mexicano. So it's wrong said. And not only that, it started like the N-word as a derogatory term.
Absolutely.
And then we owned it. We're like, yeah, we are Chicano. I love how Cheech Marin says, I didn't recognize that power. I didn't connect with that side or this side. So Chicano, brown and proud, homie. Chicano and proud. And I like that because especially nowadays when social media gives everyone a platform, being Chicano is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a culture. It is a culture.
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
a subculture. It's a culture. And I'm very proud of it. And I encourage people to embrace their roots. One of my artists that I signed to my record label, J-Rocks, I mean, she's so young but so well connected with her Chicano roots. She's only 19 years old, but her parents raised her in a way where she's so proud to be Chicana, and I love that about her.
Yeah.
It's not a stereotype because she could sing an Amy Winehouse record too.
Yeah.
She can sing a Britney Spears record, but she's so proud to be Chicana, and so I think it aligns really good with the Nasty Boy Records brand, which is my label.
Oh, nice. One question: what was one of the main artists that inspired you when you were young?
There's a lot of artists that inspired me, especially artists that sing love songs. like Los Terrícolas. I was a real big fan of Babyface, believe it or not. And a lot of people don't know that Babyface is behind a lot of big hits, whether it's Boys to Men, Bobby Brown, Tony Braxton, After Seven, Babyface himself, TLC. He wrote songs for Madonna. And so I was a big fan because I was a DJ. I would read the credits on the records, like who produced it, and I kept seeing produced by Babyface and L.A. Reid, or L.A. Reid and Babyface, La Face. And so I became a real big fan of Babyface, and he inspired me a lot. And also early on, I was exposed to Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
Predominantly Roger himself. You know, may he rest in peace. And so my talkbox inspiration comes from Zapp and Roger, and I actually got to work with Roger before he passed, and he's the reason why I have a talkbox. Yeah. Why I play the talkbox.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know. I knew all about Babyface too. I was a fan.
You did?
Yeah, that he wrote a lot of that music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
The year of the pandemic, on 2020, Babyface had a concert in Vegas. And so me and my wife have always been big fans of Babyface. So I took her to a Babyface concert on January 17, 2020. I still remember the date.
Nice.
Man, Babyface killed it. It was in Vegas. I saw Magic Johnson there.
Oh, wow.
And he went to the concert as well. So it was pretty dope. But Babyface always been one of my favorites. And when you look at his body of work, of all the hits that he's done, you're just like, wow, I had no idea. And then he presents all his work, even the songs that he wrote for other artists, on his live concert, and he does it in such a classy way, man. He's dope.
Yeah, that's
Babyface and Roger Troutman, amazing. I've always been a fan of Dr. Dre. Matter of fact, here's a little funny detail that people are going to think I'm hating, but I was not a big fan of the early Tupac. Of the early Tupac, when I Get Around and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like that stuff because I played it as a DJ, but when I heard two of my favorites, Dr. Dre and Roger on California Love, I was like, this is amazing, but why do they got Tupac on it?
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I come to find out that later in an interview, I learned that it was Suge Knight who took that song from Dr. Dre. It was supposed to be his first single for the Dr. Dre album, and he took it and said, nah, we're going to use it for Pac. And that's why Pac is the first verse. But everything else on the record is not Pac. It's Dr. Dre's production, Dr. Dre rapping, and of course, Roger Troutman. That's why Roger didn't give a shout out to Tupac on it, because Roger didn't even know that his Talkbox record was going to be a Tupac record.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to remember that.
But I'm not hating on Pac, because I love Pac.
Well, but you got to remember it's Suge Knight. And
of course.
He moved things in his way without anybody else.
Yeah, but I was a Dre fan long before. I mean, I was a Dr. Dre fan ever since Turn Off the Lights, you know?
Yeah, I think.
With the World Class Wrecking Crew, Dr. Dre and Surgery. A lot of people might not even remember those records.
No, I mean, I didn't learn about that until, the early years of NWA.
Yeah, that was even before NWA.
Yeah, I remember the song back in the day, but I mean, I was really small. And then when the gangster rap happened and everything, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, he was in World Class Wrecking Crew.
But World Class Wrecking Crew, even though he's beating Michelle with domestic violence, allegedly, they were writing good songs together, and she sang on the Turn Out the Lights with Lonzo and Yella.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is there was a lot of things that happened back then. Of course.
Yeah. But even he inspired me, because the way Dr. Dre is able to take a classic song and remake it, resample it, and make it feel brand new.
Yeah, he heard. Yeah, he had a ear. He had a ear.
He was Kanye before Kanye.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Dr. Dre, I still think he could probably do. I mean, he can do other people's albums. I don't even know.
No doubt. No doubt. But he was great as far as inspiration.
Yeah,
his early years really inspired me.
Yeah, he had a sound for that, and I always love finding the old records. Because I would find the old music and what he sampled from and stuff like that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. No, he was well versed, and I think it shows how your parents raised you. Because whatever music your parents exposed you to, that's what music kind of molds us as kids. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so my mom definitely listened to a lot of love songs.
There you go. See.
Yeah. But Juan Gabriel, Los Terrícolas, Jose Jose, all that good stuff.
Yeah, see, then that's that. And right now, like, since my mother's been passed, but all the 80s music, because my mom only had an AM radio in her car. So as a kid, That's all we listened to was like the real 80s, you know.
Yeah, good
and
stuff.
Yeah, it is. And to this day I hear it, and it's just a click. Everything right now is just time with my mom in the car, and you know, but that's how music makes people feel, right?
And believe it or not, you just reminded me that the AM radio thing, there was a time in Phoenix, Arizona, where R&B or black music, R&B music was, because R&B music is Chicano music too.
Yeah.
So there was a time when that music was not played on FM, bro.
Absolutely.
It was played only on 1060 AM KUKQ, the rhythm of the city. And I've been a fan since then, bro.
Dang, yeah. See, but yeah, I mean, we'd have the college radio stations and stuff like that. But yeah, I just remember all the AM. Oops.
Oh, the banners are falling down, bro. You better tape.
It's probably warm in here. I didn't even realize it. But yeah, no, but thank you again. I really appreciate you being here and giving me this opportunity to interview you.
I appreciate that,
this
brother.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. And good luck with your podcast, bro. I mean, ask everybody, bro. Ask everybody, because you know, if Danny Trejo was outside and you said, Danny, I want to interview, Danny's a real one. He would come in. Baby Bash, Lil Rob.
I met him twice.
You know?
Yeah.
They'll give it to you because they're real ones. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And not only that, tomorrow we'll have J-Rocks here. It would be refreshing for you to get a young girl's point of view as well, to come in and talk with you and be on your podcast and that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do.
Ándale pues. God bless you, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
To see more, go to CustomVida.com.